Hey there, it's Jenny. As a simple reminder, as I get started, if you enjoy this video, please leave me a thumbs up or a helpful comment and make sure to subscribe if you are not already. This is my A5-ish Hemlock and Oak undated weekly planner. I'm using these stamps. They're from Carrie Bradford. I'll link them up below. They've been really fun to use. I've used them a couple of times now. I'm always looking for date stamps that go from 1 to 31. I love all alphabet and number stamps. However, sometimes stamping both numbers once you get past the ninth can be a little bit tedious. So if you can have both numbers together, that's always incredibly helpful for me. So I'm always looking for something interesting. And because these are open in the center and you can color them in if you feel like it, that is an added bonus too. I'm using the Close to My Heart Peach ink again. I simply couldn't resist. I absolutely am sort of obsessed with this color right now and decided, you know what, it's all right, let's use it again. No harm, no foul. So I'm going to clean off the date stamps so I can put them away. I'm just using the same way that I always do it. So if you're a regular around here, you're familiar with this stamp cleaner and the microfiber cloth that I use to wipe the excess ink off. You don't have to clean your stamps. You can just stamp off the excess ink on a piece of scratch paper. You can use a bowl of warm, or not warm, but room temperature water. Lots of different ways to clean your stamps. Now, I learned last week that the pencil mark works amazing for me in lining up my stamps. I have trouble with some of my blocks. They're not completely clear. They either have a grid or a little bit of cloudiness on the block, and I was having a real hard time being precise. Now, the vast majority of the time, being precise is not a problem for me. I'm not really into being precise. However, when I stamp the same thing 7 times across in a row, and I want them to be lined up theoretically, that's where the precision comes in. And that is where the pencil line comes in. It is super helpful. And one thing I will say is that the beautiful Hemlock and Oak paper, the erasing is perfect. Like I don't see the pencil lines anymore. So sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes you can still see the pencil line faintly because of the tooth of the paper or whatever. Not the case here. So I'm going to draw pencil lines because it works beautifully. Now, the last few weeks I've been using this, I've gotten to a good setup as to where to put these headings. There's probably a little bit more fudging to come. I mean, I'm sure that things will change or I'll decide I want a different look, but overall I found a pretty good spot for these. So I just refer back to the previous week to see like where I put them, and it's working wonderfully. Now, I do use this planner for my work and my content creation. So I do include my personal schedule as it does reflect on when I'm able to work. So for example, if I have a doctor's appointment and I'm not going to be home from 10 to 1, I put that in here because then it helps me mentally work out when I am going to get some things done. I also work on my social media posts here, but really mostly so I can sort of pencil things in and loosely plan. I like to personally keep my social media, both YouTube and Instagram, very fluid and very flexible. I do this for a job as well, in like paid employment, and I do use social media schedulers there. So I am very, very familiar with social media scheduling. I just prefer in my own personal hobby to keep it very flexible, and in this analog setting just feels way more creative and like I like to be. All right, so now I'm going to use the peach ink to put down the little icons that I'm using as bullet points for both my videos. Well, first I'm using the one that looks like a little YouTube icon, and then down below for post, I'll use the one that looks like a Instagram, the little Instagram logo. And I'm going to do 2 this week for Instagram. Some days I do 2 Instagram posts, not every day. But I figured, you know what, let's put 2 there for every single day, and then the days that I don't do it, having an open space is no big deal. I actually think I prefer that versus not having the bullet point for the second post. And yes, I could pull these things out and add it, but I'm not likely to do that. So it works out better for me to do it this way, and I like the way that that looks. Now I do use the gray clean color dot marker for my schedule just to highlight each of the activities or appointments. And again, I really am only doing this for things that are happening basically from in my schedule just so I can keep a rough idea on when I can get things done around that. It helps me in my content creation and my work posts and things like that. So I put due dates and all of those things here, and you can see the goal is to keep this incredibly simple and functional only. I do so much decorative planning and so much scrapbooking that I don't need this one planner to be anything but functional. And I'm pretty obsessed with my Hemlock and Oak planners. And if you have not tried them, but you're thinking about it, I am here to tell you that I personally love mine. I'm not an affiliate. I didn't get this for free. I paid my own money. I just genuinely really like it. But I also love an A5 planner, and I love a bound planner, and I love beautiful paper. So if that helps you. Now I am going to add a couple of things before I erase the pencil lines, or in addition to the pencil lines. I'm going to add a little decorative cluster with my items from A Glittery Life Plans, the little washi strip and the die cut. I will link her shop up below, and a little header for next week so I can keep those in the back of my mind. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much, and make it a great day.